Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fry-Mancha, and I am here to become your sustainable management advisor. And thank you for coming to my project. Here in this map, I want to let you know that we are in a biodeficit here in the United States, meaning that we take more resources than we actually produce. So we have to rely on other countries to fill in on our resources that we do not have. And you can see all over the world, we're all affected. I mean, look at China. It's really nice and red. It's red. The United States is red. It's really bad. But this biodeficit means that we cannot reverse back what we've already taken. So it's going to be a long while if we ever do so. So one of the problems that we have with this is that it's supply chain. The supply chain has 80% in increasing emissions, which does affect 90% of our land masses, our air, our water, biodiversity, our geological resources. I mean, some stuff gets depleted and we can't bring it back. One of the notorious companies that does this a lot is Amazon. Amazon generates over 71.4 million metric tons of carbon dioxide in our air, and has more than 60 tons of electronic waste, which can poison the environment. I mean, mercury, lead, you name it. All those electronics that we all use and love from Amazon. Thank you, Alexa. Yeah, they definitely do poison our atmosphere, and it can be really devastating to do. And Amazon has a big part in doing that. But looking at the supply chain alone, I mean, it's not just that. I mean, we, the consumer, are also part of that as well. So it's not just the manufacturers, it's also the consumers, and it's also the regulators who are also part of this, who make all the rules of these things. So that's some of the problems that we are facing here with the supply chain, and Amazon loves to exploit that. And I'm here to tell you this. Amazon recently, in its environmental action report compared to Target, admits that they've only generated about 20 metric tons of emissions, which is not true at all. I mean, they love undermining everything, gaslighting everyone. I mean, they just love undermining reports that they should be doing, but they're not doing. It's just really sad, really heartbreaking. So there are other companies that are out there in the world, like Source Intelligence, who I loved working with this term, is a big deal about accountability and transparency. All their products are electronic based, and they are about focusing on the three different scopes: science-based, for source material, how they're affecting the carbon emissions, all emissions, technically speaking, not just carbon. And they love to give out generated reports to say, hey, look, your supply chain is affecting this. This supply chain is affecting human trafficking. This report is definitely exploiting the workers and their safety. And Amazon safety report is 6.5 times more than Walmart, Target, for injuries. I mean, it's just really sad that they're actually trying to undermine that reporting, but it's true. They get injured a lot, and they say that we self-inflict the harm ourselves. We're the ones who cause it ourselves. It's really sad. But Source Intelligence is a really big, nice company. They just went through a major merger with another company, and they are advancing their technological advances to be more transparent and accountable for all parts of the supply chain, which is really awesome because they're based in San Diego, right here in California, and it was amazing to talk to a Tracy, who was a product manager at the time. Now he's been upgraded into a newer position, but still, it was really good. I mean, just to conversate and just to hear his voice saying, hey, we're making a difference, we're making our parts. I did ask, are they planning to become like certified corporate B or a benefits company? And they were just like, well, we're going to make up our own plan on how to do all that. But right now, we don't want an outside agency telling us how we're being sustainable. So in the future, that's going to basically happen. It's a topic right now, but with new mergers happening, new CEO, we'll see what the future holds. But this company is really amazing. They've worked with a lot with aerospace dynamics. They worked a lot with mining companies. They've worked with different parts of the supply chain, which affects everyone. So, needless to say, the supply chain affects everybody around the globe. Even if they are indigenous people, they are still affected by the supply chain. I mean, in the Amazon forest itself, they are losing more than 26% of the forest itself, which means that it's now going to start releasing carbon in the air versus absorbing it. Not good, carbon changing on that one. But everything affects the supply chain. From your decision, from clicking on that mouse on Amazon, to affecting someone all the way in Mexico who's farming beans or coffee, affects everything. Your decisions affect everyone in an indirect and indirect way all the time. And the one solutions that we've come up with here is that regulations need to be done uniformly around the world. One thing that Source Intelligence did talk about is that they had issues with a two-way street with regulations globally, that like one country could be voting for complete automation in their supply chain. Another person could be voting in everyone needs to have solar panels before 2024. It just bounces back and forth. And then you have some countries that totally reverse the process altogether and say it's a waste of time and no one should be doing this. That's really sad. Hence, Australia. They tend to do this. But everything affects it. So some of the solutions is that regulation needs to be done uniformly everywhere, from the United States, Canada, Mexico, you name it. Globally needs to be uniformly on making it work for their country. But they need to hit certain scientific parameters in order to make sure that we're hitting our goals. Some companies set up goals that are so outlandish, like 2050, in order to do so. That's really outlandish. Like right now we're seeing a lot of environmental stresses around. Like California hasn't seen a real winter in years. Right now we're having massive heat waves over here, fires, dust storms. Kentucky in 2022 had a massive flood, and no one did anything about it to stop it. It's really kind of sad, but these are devastating things, and the supply chain can definitely help us with benefiting a more sustainable solution for that. Not just going electric, but also going hydrogen, but also for the customer to start choosing products that are more environmentally sound, improve, and change. Versus, if I can have the prices at Walmart, then yeah, I'll buy it. I'm like, okay, yeah. So that means the companies themselves, the retailers, need to start focusing their valued pricing systems at their stores that fit the geographical area of income for their people. They could be living in a very low income area and they are not even giving the products that they should be giving. Really kind of sad. So needless to say, please join the evolution. Please join this revolution in this matter. And thank you for spending your time with me. Please be conscious of what you buy on Amazon and everywhere else, because you could be affecting someone else in a negative manner. Thank you and have a great day.